How are you going to zero your rifle? A lot of people zero at 100 yards, some at 200, some at 250, 300. What exactly are you supposed to do? Well, it depends obviously on what cartridge and bullet you're shooting and the habitat in which you're hunting. So there are basically three options here. One is zero it at 100 yards. You're going to have a lot of drop at 300 yards if you do that. But if you're hunting in tight woods, you don't shoot much over 100 or 200 yards, that's fine. Zero it for 100 yards. But if you want to reach out a little bit farther, zeroing a little bit high at 100 so that you can shoot at 200 and 300 without excessive drop is a smart move. Now there's something called maximum point blank range in every bullet, cartridge, and rifle. And that tells you exactly how far you can shoot without missing your vital zone. So on a white-tailed deer, you're looking at about 8 to 10 inches of heart and lung vital zone. As long as your bullet doesn't leave that area, you don't care if you shoot a little bit high or a little bit low. So zero your rifle to shoot maybe 2 inches high at 100 yards, and at 250 or 270, you might only be about 3 inches below your line of sight. That's still inside of that 8-inch, 10-inch circle. Nice, that extends your range so you don't have to worry whether that deer is 100 yards, 200, or 250. You're going to hit it. Now, another way to do it is to have a ballistics drop compensator in your scope, and that's just extra lines in the reticles, and then you learn which line lines up at what distance, and you choose that. So then it doesn't matter if you sight at 100 or 200 or 300, you just use the proper line, but you've got to watch those ballistic calculators. Go to Winchester's website and look at their ballistic calculator online, and you'll be able to determine where you're going to drop at what distances based on your sighting in range. And the third alternative is to get a scope with those dialing turrets, and that's getting a little bit elaborate. I don't have it on this scope. I don't necessarily like it, especially not for hunting. It's great for target shooting, but when I hunt, I'm just a little too excited to be up here turning and dialing. I don't want to take my eye off my target, so I prefer to have maximum point blank range or using that ballistics drop compensator. So think about it when you're zeroing your rifle. I would recommend a 200 to 250 yard zero for most normal deer rifles, 243, 270, 30-06, 300 Win Mag. They all do really well with about a 200 to 250 yard zero. But once you've done that, get on the range and actually shoot at those distances so you get it fixed in your head where that bullet drops at various ranges, and you will be ready to hit the field a successful rifleman. And if you plan to hunt with Winchester's new Expedition Big Game long range loads, you'll be able to reach out there a little bit further. And there you probably want to zero for maximum point blank range. You should be able to stretch out with, say, a 30-06 to at least 300, maybe even 325 yards without having to worry exactly where that target is. Those longer, more efficient bullets are going to fly a little bit farther. They're going to drift less in the wind. It's just a bullet to use for long range shooting. Take all of that into consideration. Check out Winchester's ballistics calculator online and just look at what some of those ballistic trajectories are doing for you. I think with this new ammunition, you're going to be impressed at its long range capabilities.